Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about a time, or a few times, where it can be hard to find the subject in a sentence because they're in somewhat of an unusual position. There are 4 different ways that this can happen in a sentence. Let's take a look at the 4 different opportunities. The first time that you can have a subject in an unusual position is when you have an inverted sentence. That means that the sentence is written kind of backward. It might sound like a Shakespearean sentence, if you will. And in that case, the subject will come after the verb. So if you take a look at these examples, down came the savage storm on the Spanish group. The subject of that sentence is actually storm. The storm came down. So we have the verb first, came, and then storm. Same thing with the second sentence. Across the deck of the hopeless ship swept the sea. Well, across the deck is a prepositional phrase. So is of the hopeless ship. Swept is your verb. Sea is actually your subject. If you would uninvert that sentence, you would say, the sea swept across the deck of the hopeless ship. So when you find an inverted sentence, it might be helpful to uninvert it. Say it in a normal way, and then your subject will come first. The second place that you can see a subject coming after the verb is when you have a sentence that begins with here or there. If those words start the sentence, they're usually not the subject. The subject will usually come after the verb. So in these examples, here is the massive anchor of the boat. That sentence is actually about the word anchor. And so the anchor is here, is how you would kind of uninvert that one too. And the same thing goes for the second example. There lies a great ship. Again, if we flip that around, you would say a ship lies there. So the subject of that sentence is a ship. The third way that we have a subject come after the verb is in a question. If we said, was the cargo of the boat valuable? Again, we're asking, the subject of the sentence is cargo. We're asking about the cargo. Was is your verb. And same thing for the second example. Ship is your subject, and did survive is your verb. So in that question, the subject is kind of coming in the middle of the subject and the verb. The last way that you can have an unusual subject is in an imperative sentence. This is the kind of sentence where someone is just saying it to you, so they might not actually use your name. They would say, hey, read the tale of that boat. And they're speaking to you, but they're not saying your name. So it's what we call an understood you. It's not written. Or they'll say, beware of the dog. They mean you should beware of the dog. And so we have an understood you. No words to identify there.